What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How is everybody doing out there in fish tank land? I'm pretty frustrated, unfortunately, trying to make Streamlabs OBS work. I've uninstalled it, reinstalled it over the week. I did tests on it, and it worked for a moment. And then, of course, the moment of truth, when I actually try to go live on my Sunday live stream, it gives me the same error it gave me last week on Sunday. So fun stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna go find the proper chat now that I'm all messed up and confused with this mess. Let me go on my other computer and get the new chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Everybody else is in the other stream. Told everybody to make their way over here. So I do appreciate your patience. It's really unfortunate, especially when you've been testing all week. Make sure it works. It'd be interesting to know. I'd just like to know what it is that I'm doing wrong. Anyways, I hope you guys are all enjoying your Sunday. Let me go catch this. Let me go pull up the chat real quick. Okay. This is funny. I'm sweating over here. I put a lot of work into it, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I've been working and setting up everything for an hour, and then something. It's always something. Anyways, let me see if I can get this chat. I'm almost there. Okay, there we are. There's everybody. Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's good to see you all. Ron, over there at Friday Fish Facts, Island Queen, thank you for popping in. Coco Jones, Shishi, Candy Overhauls, I appreciate it. I had all kinds of stuff planned. I have all this stuff set up on OBS, ready to go. It's almost takes to the point where you're just like, you know what? I'm not doing this. But it's not. I can't be like that. This is my time. Let me make it work one way or the other. I don't like Google Hangouts, honestly. I just like how it just really destroys the quality of your stream, takes it down to nothing, especially when you're using like 1080p or, you know, pulling in 4K, and then it looks like Legos on the other side. Anyways, I just want to say, honestly, thank you guys so much for, you know, having the patience with this goofiness that's been going on, but also just having, sticking with me, having patience with the lack of content recently. It's been a lot of stuff going on in my personal life, kind of like the end of an old chapter, beginning of a new chapter. I got laid off, and something that I don't want to make a big deal about or get into, but I'm in the process of separating with the person that I've been with for the last 3 years. So it's interesting. You know, it definitely takes a toll on you, though, and it definitely affects my level of creativity and the time that I'm actually putting into my channel right now, the last couple of weeks. But I know it's all for the better, and in the end, as the dust settles, I'll be able to focus a lot more. And a bad joke, which some people don't like me to have booed at me for, but there'll be more room for tanks. I know that. But originally, well, my stream today, I just wanted to get into, honestly, like, what is fish keeping for you? I think for a lot of people, fish keeping means something different. And I just wanted to talk with you guys about that today. I realized the last few streams that I've been doing have been interviews with other people, and was really kind of ignoring the chat. And I felt like I was a little bit anyways. And, you know, everybody was talking amongst themselves, but it just wasn't really like hanging out with you guys. And I do kind of miss that as well. So I figured today, I'll just kind of keep it laid back, chill out, just talk about fish keeping, talk about stuff, and just hang out with you guys. I did want to share with you guys all the t-shirts. I went a little nuts a couple of weeks ago, stayed up all night, worked out a whole bunch of different t-shirt designs, and I have some of the campaigns have gone off. I'm going to restart them, but altogether I have 21 different t-shirt designs now, covering a lot of things across the board. You know, tried to make something for everybody. There's some stuff, some t-shirts kind of about fish, shrimp keeping, some about aquascaping, blackwater aquariums, just stuff that I thought was cool. I thought you guys might like as well. I'm definitely trying to support my way to Aquashella, having just been laid off. I'm doing some odd jobs. I'm working on another YouTube channel, for actually 2 different YouTube channels right now for other people, and a website, managing a website right now. So yes, I'm taking on some stuff, but I'm trying to make sure that I can make it to Aquashella this year no matter what. I'm trying to make sure that I can afford my hotel and be there at the Lorenzo with everyone else. And we'll see how it all works out. So I do have those t-shirts if you're interested in that. There's something out there that you might like in that group. That's really cool. On top of that, and I was going to show the t-shirts in OBS and like have them pop up on the screen. It's not going to happen. But Candy did put a link into it there. And then I finally just went live with my URL. I've had it since before I ever started my channel, honestly. jhaquatics.com. Should be really easy to remember. jhaquatics.com. That will reroute you right now to my getgills.com store, which I have my blue bolts and my yellow King Kongs, both Caridina species, as well as my dried botanical pack, which is really cool. I have lots of different stuff and I can sell things individually, but it definitely made a lot of sense, and a lot of other people recommended it to me just to get rid of the headache of trying to figure out what you want, some of this and some of that or whatever. Just a nice little starter pack with a little bit of everything. So you just grab and go. It's got leaf litter, crushed leaf litter. I even have tea bags of West Indian almond so that you can just make batches of tannin tea for the aquarium. So it's a nice little kit. It's $19 right now. I think I have it on sale. And I don't know, if you're into blackwater aquariums, if you're into like breeding things like killifish and wild betta fish or other different blackwater species, or you're trying to like incorporate that and do more, like a blackwater brackish water aquarium, it works for that as well. And it's also just great for shrimp. I do it, I put a lot of these different dried botanicals just in my shrimp tanks, and they consume most of everything. Anyways, enough of the hawking product. Let's see. It is good to see everybody in here, though. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate, Candy, everything that you do. You're like, you rock. I don't know how you find time for to hit everyone and help everyone out, but I do appreciate everything that you do, and I look forward to meeting you in person one of these days. We need to get you at one of these conventions. Good to see you in here, Amber. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I hooked her up with the same pack, and Amber, I managed to get 3 tanks out of it. I would put all that in one tank because I'm nuts. I just like it I want my tanks to look like a puddle in the middle of the jungle. I would have thrown all that in one tank somehow. I would have. What I like to do is take the whole leaves rather than keep them whole. I like to rip them up into pieces, break them down a little bit more, make it a little bit more natural as well. George Farmer's in here. George, what's up? Good to see you in here. Celebrity in the house from across the lake. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a good day. Little technical difficulties there at the beginning, but I'm really, really happy that everything's working out now. Mr. Science Geek, good to see you in here as well. Chris, thank you for popping in. Brian. But yeah, I was doing a little research on fish keeping and the different reasons why people get into fish keeping. And it's really crazy that it's very much therapy, honestly. I saw a lot of stuff when I was looking online and different things that are good about aquarium fish keeping hobby. And a lot of people use it for, therapy. There's obviously a lot of people with PTSD that will get involved in fish keeping just to help them with depression and stress and things like that. It was crazy. I even found, they say that a lot of fish keepers are actually police officers, ex-police officers from or military that have been in some kind of service, and or even EMTs, doctors, people like that, where they are kind of in really high stress situations. And a lot of people they just naturally go to fish keeping as a hobby, or just to have one in their house to sit there and stare at it. I even found a police website. It's actually called, where did I have? I had it already. Literally had links to this. I was going to screenshot it all in OBS and show you guys some of these websites. It's called officer.com. It's like a website, just a forum for police officers and ex-police officers to just chat about different subjects in the forum. And there's actually, if you go to officer.com, there's actually a forum just on aquariums and fish keeping. And that just goes to show you this how many police officers do keep fish just as a form of therapy, just a relaxation. It was really cool, and it's actually a cool forum. There was some really nice pictures, a lot of cichlids and South American cichlids and stuff, or South African cichlids and stuff like that. Anyways, that was really cool. Just like I ended up just scrolling through it because there was a lot of really cool fish tanks and cool information, and then realizing like all these people are police officers. Every single person in this forum, they're just getting it out. I also saw something about people with autism using fish keeping, using aquariums as a way to help young kids with autism. Just actually helping calm them down, and even dementia. That was the craziest one. Is just even people with dementia. It's proven with many different studies that the motion of the fish, the motion of the plants in the water, the sound of the water trickling, are all just sensory stimulations for the brain. When it really can help calm you down. And even the hum of the air pump, if you really think about it, is going to be soothing to a certain extent, and will calm people down with autism or dementia and things like that. But I'm sure we all have our different reasons. More so, some people are in it to make money, but I think most of us, we have a little bit deeper connection with life science and nature. I find it to be very grounding for myself. I do find it to be therapy. In a way, it's more of a distraction, a positive distraction, and a way to be creative, using my artistic creative juices, and like with aquascaping or just doing that. I find it to be just pleasant. To me, it's art. I look at it a form of of art. That's where I kind of feel like it crosses with art therapy, which is another popular form of therapy. Oh, let's see. Angelo's Fish Tanks, how are you? Happy Sunday. So yeah, I might seem a little bit today, but OBS didn't help either. But it's just kind of it's one of them times. A lot of things going on. I think if I had a consistent form of income, it kind of definitely puts a fire into me to kind of make some money with YouTube. I'm not looking at like selling out and just trying to be a millionaire or something on it, but I like to be able to do this. And when I got another YouTube channel or two other YouTube channels like begging me to help them build their channel and do stuff not even related to this niche, they're actually related to the Caribbean, Virgin Islands, more touristy YouTube channels. But I mean, they're willing to pay me, and it's like they're willing to pay me, but I want to work on this channel. But so it's definitely I'm being pulled in different directions, and I'm having to realize what's important to me. And I've had to tell people recently. I had a meeting about this other channel, and they thought I was just going to drop this channel and just come full time to just 24 hours a day, just be on thinking about their channel. I told them this is not an option. It's not happening. I'm not giving up my channel. I mean, you can't pay me enough. This is what I love, and fish keeping is what I love. It's a passion near and dear to my heart. And there's no I'm not gonna give it up. They were kind of shocked. They thought I was they didn't realize how serious I was about what I'm doing and how important it is to me. I've been keeping fish and have fish tanks in my household since I was 4 or 5 years old, since my parents moved back when I moved back from Mexico when I was a kid. And, my father always had aquariums, whether they were saltwater or freshwater. There was something. Like I said, my dad has 4 saltwater aquariums in his living room right now. He breeds tilapia in the backyard. So let's see. What's happening? Friday Fish Facts retracted messages. I am watching the chat. But I'm just curious for you guys, what is fish keeping for you? I mean, I think for a lot of people it is kind of not necessarily therapy, but a relaxing thing and a I don't know. To me, it's more it's a deep hobby. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can only you're gonna promote your hobby if it's your hobby, right? But I mean, there's so many other things that people do other than fish keeping, you know, other different hobbies and whatnot. But to me, I think the connection with other living things and working with life science and animals and creating little miniature ecosystems inside of a glass box, you know, it can get scientific and you can kind of go really deep with it. But there's just this very primal thing about it. And it is, yes, I do agree. Oddball Aquatics is very much, there is like that God complex. I've talked with people about that before. And I do have there's like a fine line with, like, my father keeps falcon. He keeps a red-tailed hawk. He has permits with the federal government and he's a falconer. And like, that's like a little much for me. Like, I see him with that bird and I'm like, that bird should be in a tree, not in a muse in the backyard, you know? And I always thought of like, that's too much control, like controlling something too much. But there is definitely that God complex, especially when you're like, say, getting into selectively breeding fish and you're getting to control the genetics. Like, you are in control of the genetics. You get to decide what goes down and what comes in the next generation and things like that. So there is like definitely a little bit of a power trip and a God complex that can come into place a little bit. That is for sure. But one thing that I do keep in mind too, I used to keep bees, and the key word right there, keep. And I really like the fact that that's what our hobby is called, fish keeping, not like fish owning, or like I'm a fish owner. I don't really look at it that way at all. To me, I'm keeping fish. Like, I don't own them. They're living things. I don't think you really honestly get to really own things. You don't own another living thing. I feel like it has its own, you know, it's free to do its own thing in a certain way, if you know what I mean. So I just like the way that the hobby is looked at. You know, I'm keeping fish. I'm giving them a proper home. But like with a beehive too, I mean, obviously these things are stuck in glass boxes, but like when I used to keep bees, sometimes if a queen wanted to go, I mean, you'd wake up in the morning, the sun is just popping up over the mountains, and all of a sudden that whole hive is ready to go because the queen says that she's ready to go. And they will swarm, they will leave your hive body, they will be up in the cloud. I've had them outside my house where like the neighbors are freaking out and there's like, you know, 7,000 bees in a ball above my house deciding which direction they're going to go, and they're ready to hit it and just go find a new home. So, you know, just my point is that we're just keeping them, but we don't own them. It's part of nature. We should be blessed and respect the fact that we have the opportunity to do this. It's quite awesome. Anyways, I feel like I'm just totally rambling today. I'd like to engage with the chat. I feel like I'm just totally rambling today. Home is a quite awkward place right now, but I know these things will change. I am kind of, as long as the financial aspect of things continue to work out well for me, I do definitely have some other racks in mind. At this point already, I do have a couple of other racks that I'm looking at putting up, about 8 to 16 more aquariums, which I should probably be packing my bags and tearing this all down and moving to the States. Honestly, that's the other option too. But I don't think the timing is right for that just yet. Yes, Candy, it will get better. It's one of the things I keep saying, I'm waiting for the dust to settle. I think nothing is even close to complete here right now. I'm still in this living situation, so to speak. But so there's still some things that need to be played out, but it's for real. This is happening. You know, give myself a couple of months and then maybe I'll want to like really smile about it and celebrate when dust is truly settled. I guess that would be the aquatic experience, wouldn't it? I mean, Aquashella. Aquashella is about that time. Maybe by then. Maybe by then. My nerves will be settled about the whole situation. I wanted to see another thing I was going to do with OBS is have another camera. I've got been playing with some technology, and I can literally take my cell phone and use it as a wireless camera. As long as OBS works for me, which I was going to do with you today, was have my phone, it would come back to the computer base. Well, in a roundabout way, over the internet, I would end up having, you'd be able to see whatever's on my phone. And I could literally switch over to my phone and go walk around the house and show you some of the tanks. That was kind of my plan today, just to give you a glimpse of some stuff's going on. I'm having what I consider huge success with the blue tetras. It's kind of unheard of for a tetra to colony breed. This is what I've been told. This is the first time. This is actually the first tetra that I've ever bred. But I would have to say that it would. I think that the real reason why it is their colony breeding is because they are wild caught and they still have the primitive, not really primitive, but they have the natural instinct within them to not eat their fry that comes from being in the wild. I think, as you domesticate certain species of fish, you kind of breed out those instincts to parent, raise, and, not eat their fry. And I really do think that that is really what's going on here. So for that reason, I'm continuing to leave the fry in the tank and continue to let it go as a colony so that F1 generation that I have now learns from those habits, so maybe they won't eat their fry as well. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Kind of encourage this parental instinct in these fish. So I'm just going to keep it going. Just continue to create tanks that are kind of set up the way that I have this one set up. Recreate that over and over again. I've got another tank right next to it that I was tempted to just split this colony in a couple of months, split it in half, and then breed those colonies up, and then take the fry and put them together. That's kind of the end goal. Like I was saying before, just to keep the genetics kind of clean, keep things mixed up, let them colony breed, but still kind of create two colony lines so I can switch it back. So those, not just like one colony that does actually start to get inbred possibly by the more like the alphas, so to speak, the more aggressive and larger fish that will kind of out spawn the other smaller, weaker fish, so to speak. So that's just what I'm thinking. When it comes to truly working with something that's actually protected or on like the red list, I feel like it's important if I can have the opportunity to do so to just really keep the genetics in mind, keep a record of what's going on, and make sure that I keep the genetics clean. So let's see. Haley and Amber are okay. I'm reading this stuff. I'm sorry. I do ramble. I'm in like I'm kind of in a nervous mood. When I get nervous, I ramble. Anybody that truly knows me. Nervous and without a clear plan today, having OBS shut me down. I need to call some. Does it need a phone number? As far as I'm concerned, there should be a phone number at this point for Streamlabs. Someone I can call. Getting a little irritated. Yes, Amber. Single Joseph at Aquashella. Oh, Lord. Poor cute vendor booth girls. Better watch out. I don't know. I got business to do. I'm there to interview. I'm there to do the hashtag FishFam news. I'm there to hold that fish tube. Hold the fish tube booth down. Make sure it doesn't blow away. No, I don't know. Yeah. I need to keep a filter going there. Island Queen is lurking. What is this? Good as a wing. Oh, Haley wants to be my wing man, my wing, wing woman. Oh, Haley, I knew you would go to town on this one. Oh boy. So I don't even know how many people are in here. I'm not even worrying about it. Like I said, Streamlab better figure their thing out. Definitely needs to figure their things out. I got to make some videos this week. I have some free time because it seems like right now I'm working at home a lot, working on the computer, working on these websites and YouTube channels. So I should give me time as well to be working on my stuff because I'm right here. So I have some outlines for some videos that I'm going to go crazy tomorrow and work on that. Because I really want to show you guys where I'm at with the Blue Tetra. The fry are a lot bigger, and I was only monitoring like one side of the tank where I assumed all of the little fry were hanging out, and it turns out that they're fry all over the tank, even over on the other side where the adults were. If you haven't seen that video that I put out not too long ago on the spawning, the original spawning of them. So there's that. I have two pair of killifish. P82s is the location where they're from. They're the P82s. They are Fundal Penchax. What is it? Gardneri. So they're really, really nice, but they're definitely darkened up because I have them in a blackwater aquarium. So they've they're not. I feel like the Gardneri and other killifish, probably for that matter, lots of fish, if you put them in a tank that's bare bottom with no tannins, they're going to be a little bit lighter in color. They're going to show some of the colors in a way because they're going to contrast. They're going to stand out. But these killifish, since I have them in a very natural aquarium, lots of leaf litter, black water, not really heavy lighting. They've gotten really, really dark. The males are really, really dark. They do have they do have a vibrant blue and red to them, but you got to catch it with the right light. Otherwise, they just look like really dark brown almost, which is fine because as far as I'm concerned, that's how they should look in nature. It might not be that beautiful. Someone wants to stare at them in an aquarium, but I find them to be beautiful. And to me, them looking comfortable and healthy in their natural environment, that's how they should look. That's the beautiful that they should be. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that there's probably some spawning already happening. I'm sure that there's eggs already, but there's so much leaf litter I won't know until the fry pop out. And that's kind of how I go with a lot of my breeding projects. I keep the tanks really natural. I don't mess with them. I keep water changes down to a minimum, and I use the water changes to kind of cycle the fish and induce spawning, and or in the case of shrimp, I use it to get the fish to go through their cycle with dropping their shrimplets and things like that. But I keep it really natural. I keep it really simple, and I try to keep my hands off of the tank. And from my experience, the fish are the happiest that way. And unless you touch the tank, a lot of fish that are skittish, if you leave the tank alone, they're probably more likely to spawn because they feel safe and they feel comfortable to do so. I don't stick my hands in the tank all the time. I pretty much just try to, I feed them and I forget about them. And I test the water, and if the water seems to be odd, if the ammonias or the nitrates think something is starting to peak, then I know that I have to start thinking about a water change. And unless I'm trying to do something serious to the fish, turn them on in a certain way or whatever I'm trying to do, I keep the water changes as minimal as I need to correct whatever I need to correct in the water. And that's different depending on tanks, right? Like my aquascape, there's hardly any fish in there, but I do big water changes because I'm not dealing with fish. It's about the plants. So I'll do big water changes with remineralized water because I'm just trying to grow plants. It's more like they're soaked in fertilizer more than anything. But at the same time, there's not fish in there. So I'm not worried about like messing with the fish. That tank down there is about plants, really. There's some red cherry shrimp in there, but they enjoy some of those minerals as well. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. The cat is here somewhere. When I start rambling, she leaves me alone. It's kind of cool because usually she wants to be in my lap when I'm at my desk. She's over on the couch. It's not my cat. The cat and the dog are leaving. I will miss them. I will miss them. I will miss them a lot. I've known them both. I've watched them both grow up. But the cat just got fixed, so she's got stitches. So she's just chilling. It's just a fresh thing for the cat. So she's just laying low and sleeping a lot right now and healing up. But yeah, I will miss the animals. That's for sure. Because, there's something about like when you go through a breakup, it's one thing, like the person, obviously there's a conflict there. There's that. But when it comes to the animals, there's you get unconditional love from a dog and a cat and things like that. They don't care. They love you no matter what. So that's the hard part. Yeah. Like there's no problem between me, except the dog does make a lot of hair everywhere. There's a lot of hair, but I can live with that. He's cute enough that I could kind of probably live with that. Anyways, I keep turning over here and looking at the cat on the couch. No, Chris, it's all good. I'm the only reason I'm even saying anything about it because I know that at this point, this is for real. It's not like something's going on and it's personal. I'm definitely, it's the beginning of a new chapter here for me. So I'm trying to embrace that. Embrace it. I do have to apologize though for OBS not working because I really planned on showing you guys some cool stuff. Like I said, I had a whole bunch of links that sites I was going to show you guys in relation to just fish keeping and how it and how kind of our reasons for being in fish keeping. James Hand says fish keeping helps with my depression and sanity. I thought it was anxiety. Yeah, no, I can see that, and for me, it definitely does too. I feel like for me having so many aquariums, it kind of like stimulates my mind. I've always got something that kind of needs to be done. When you get to a certain amount of tanks, it's like you can technically say like any given day, like I got fish stuff to do. It's like a perfect. I mean, some could be like, oh, let's go do this. Well, I actually have like 3 tanks that I need to do water changes on today, and I need to work on some baby brine. I gotta set up a new thing of baby brine shrimp, and I gotta feed these guys these worms and this and that. There's always something, and that's part of the lovely thing to me, and kind of the part that is therapy for me is it's stimulating me and occupying my time with something that's positive. I feel like, and conservation. I love the conservation side of fish keeping and actually working with species that need the love and need the care. Not just having tanks is like a community tank. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I don't know. I like the challenge of working with something that is either protected or on the red list, kind of needs that love and care. That's why a big thing for me, I was always doing rescues at one point. I stopped that because that would have got out of control and end up with a bunch of fish that you don't really personally want. You didn't pick them out because you had space for them or because you wanted to create a certain kind of biotope or something. It's just purely rescue. And now you've got this fish, some red-tailed catfish that's, could grow to be like 4 feet. And but because you're just trying to protect it. So for me, I'm trying to stay away from rescues and work with like endangered species, protected species, rare species that kind of need to like these blue tetras. I'd love to see these in the hobby. I'd love to get a good population of them going and be able to offer them to some other breeders first to get them breeding them as well. And then we can kind of keep something going where we can swap genetics, kind of trade genetics, just to keep everything healthy. And then there, at that point, there's stuff available for the masses. This is checking out the chat over here. I'm laying low today. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Anything they're thinking of? Oddball Aquatics, Haley. Oh man, I'm guilty as charged. No blood. No, no, Haley. You're just gonna have to just be nice. Be nice. Be gentle with me in Dallas. Okay. I need a hotel. I need to pay for my hotel room first. At this point, kind of in a tight spot. I got very, very, very lucky. Kind of lucky. I wanted to pay it forward because people have helped me out in the community in the past, which I never really. I wasn't truly asking for it in certain situations, but other people put together funds and things to help me. Like with when my camera was shot, I still have it sitting over here in a bag, but it's something's wrong with it. I felt like I needed to pay it forward, and Alluring Betas was looking for some funds for a new lens, so he had a good lens for his camera, and I threw him a donation, and I ended up being one of the highest bids, and I guess he's got some jump seat tickets, so I got hooked up with the ticket to Aquashella, and that's why I'm going to be able to go to Aquashella. I mean, to be completely honest, I'm doing this on a shoestring budget because it's something I love, and I'm not, we're all going to die one day. You might as well do what you love and what you enjoy while you're here and you have the chance to do it. That's why I went to Peru. It's like, you got one life, live it, I came back broke, but whatever, but I had fun, same with every time I go to aquatic experience, I dump a bunch of money into it, but I had a good time and I have memories. And luckily I take a nice camera with me and I got some good video of it as well. So, memories. So, I do have a ticket. I do have a room that I reserved before I got laid off from my job. So I do know that I won't have a problem. I got the room reserved, but it's like $500 and something. So I'm just kicking butt. I'm going to work on these other 2 YouTube channels for these people. People want me to jump on board on things that are like, this could be a really big thing and you could make a lot of money, but right now it's kind of have to do it for free. And I'm like, no, I'm not working for free right now. I will work hard. I will sweat. I will break my back. I will go out and move cinder blocks, whatever I got to do to make money, but I'm not working. I'm not doing anything for free for like some golden prize at the end of the tunnel. If it works out, I'm not playing that. That's not going to work with me. I had a business meeting yesterday, and I have to. It just has to be a balance. As long as there's a balance, it all works out. It's a key thing. I've just invested a lot of time and energy into this channel, and for this to, I wouldn't just put it away. I wouldn't just let it go for anything at this point. It's kind of. I did a lot of soul searching before I decided to create this channel, and I decided I had to look at like, what are my true passions? What is stuff that I'll do until I die? And, I came to realizations. I will have aquariums until I die. Like, I will have fish in my will. And, being able to say that to myself and know that and believe that, I was like, yeah, if I'm going to go in head first into something, I'm going to be doing what I love, doing what I enjoy. So that's why I'm here. And I'm so happy you guys are all here, because this is an incredible community of people. And I'm just blessed and grateful that there's so many positive people in this community that really, everybody supports each other. It's really cool. It's really cool to see what we're going to be able to do with the fish tube thing. I do enjoy that. I'm definitely on board with the fish tube because it's nice to see us coming together, but actually being able to make a real difference. And I don't mean to say that in a rude way, not condescending towards anything that anybody else does, like as if that's not making a real difference. You could definitely make a difference, doing something very small, but still make a big difference. To me though, it's awesome. We come together and like making a difference on a global level to work together and create funding for major charities that are trying to solve big problems. That's really cool. That's really cool. I feel like at that point we really are we are making a real difference, making a dent in the world, making a dent in some of the problems that we have going on the globe. So I don't know if any of you guys know about it. Chris brought it up in his stream earlier today as well. But Aquashella in Dallas, they do a raffle, just like any convention will do mostly, and have some raffle and be giving away products and stuff like that. They create about $20,000 to $40,000 doing that raffle at each of these conventions. This year, in Dallas, March 30th and 31st, they've decided that they're going to take all of the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds from the raffle, and donate them to charities. So Aquashella has teamed up with the fish tube community to set up a little project here, a little bit of a way for us as the fish tube community to give back to a couple of these charities using their funds. So for every fish tuber or every content creator in the fish tube and the fish keeping niche here on YouTube, it kind of almost, you've got people, you could make something on Facebook, you can make something on Instagram as well. But for each creator that goes out and creates a video promoting this charity event, $100 of those proceeds from the raffle will go to one of two charities. There's either a saltwater charity, this is a freshwater charity. The saltwater charity is the Coral Restoration Foundation, promoting and working on projects to actually culture coral and redistribute coral back into different locations to help rebuild coral reefs. And then there's also Project Piaba, which is the freshwater charity, which is founded in Brazil and is, they work a lot with collecting data about different ecosystems in the Amazon River Basin. They work with different kind of groups of students and whatnot and adults to educate in environmental sciences and things like that. They're even doing stuff to work with policy change in Washington and things like that. So I chose Project Piaba after being in Peru. It was really insane, seeing water, seeing the rivers running red with silt from illegal gold mining, and knowing that with that red silt that's running down through the river is also mercury. And you just literally watching with your eyes as the rivers are being poisoned with mercury. It was definitely kind of at a point, it just pretty much wants to, you almost want to cry when you're seeing that and you're driving through the mountains because it's so beautiful. And then you turn to the river and it's red. It was really sad. So, yeah, I chose Project Piaba. It was kind of hard for me to choose too, because living here in the Virgin Islands, I have the opportunity to see the coral reefs diminishing every day. And then 20 years that I've lived down here, the coral reefs have definitely changed. So seeing the effects of coral bleaching and things like that, it was definitely hard for me. Like, which one do I pick? I wish I could have picked them both, honestly, and maybe I could make a video about each of them and talk them into giving $200 in my name, one for my saltwater video, one for a freshwater video. I don't know, but they're both kind of near and dear to my heart. So either way, kind of rambling, but I do think it's really awesome that we can actually come together and support some major causes and really make a difference on a global level. Really cool. Let's see. I did see Mark. Good to see you in here, Mark Shrimp Tanks. How are you? I hope you're having a good Sunday over there in your neck of the woods. It's about 5 hours ahead for him. So he's chilling out. It's evening. Probably having dinner, just had dinner, something like them, like that there. Water Wizard, how are you? Good to see you here. Ah, there's that too. Yes, thank you for bringing that up, Chris. I really appreciate you reminding me of that. I knew that. Um, Today is Susan from SLC Aquatics' birthday, so we have to say happy birthday to her. And another thing is she's really close up on 1,000 subscribers. I'm not sure where we're sitting at right now, but if you're not subscribed to Susan from SLC Aquatics, definitely go check her out. She is otherwise known as the hashtag FishFamMom. She's very supportive in the community. She is an awesome, awesome, awesome woman. She is very special to me. Right now, the internet that I am on with you, the antenna that is sending this information back across the sky right now was supported by her and her her efforts. So I really do appreciate her support in the community and her support towards my channel and things like that, because I would not be able to be doing this right now without her support. I literally talked with Susan on a daily basis after Hurricane Irma. Once I received finally had some bit of cell phone service here in the Caribbean, in the Virgin Islands. I remember just being in constant communication with her, as well as Jeremy, Sergeant Tanks, and who was it? I was even in Priscilla, MK Arts. I was in contact with her as well. It was really nice though to have you guys as a family. You know, that was a really, really hard time. You know, and if I start to talk about it too much, it kind of gets me emotional. It was some like post-apocalyptic kind of stuff. It was, you know, your whole home gets turned completely upside down, and you're like taking a box of toys and shaking them up, and it was all, everybody's stuff was everywhere. It was insane. It was, it's kind of like undescribable. You just kind of have to live an experience like that. But to be able to come back to this community once I had access to the internet, it was just nice to have people out there that cared and people to talk to and communicate with, because things got really, really quiet here. Things got really, really old fashioned. It got real simple, real quick. I was washing my clothes. I washed my clothes in the shower and hang them up on the roof to dry. And I spent many nights sleeping in my car and sleeping on the roof because I could. It was a breeze on the roof, and I just had to pray that it didn't rain in the middle of the night. But I was literally camping on my roof because I was lucky enough to still have a roof, for sure. But yes, if definitely go check out Susan's YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed to her. Let's get her to 1,000 subscribers. She should have been there a long time ago. She's really, really a very, very supportive part of the supportive person in the community, and she should have a lot more subscribers by now. It kind of frustrates me because I've been supporting her for so long, and I just want to see her. And I'm like, where are these people at? Where's everybody at? I think YouTube's tripping. Let's see. D from down the wormhole. How are you? I got to catch like the second half of your stream there. I feel like I probably should have tested Streamlabs OBS one more time instead of watching your stream, because I would have known that ahead of time. I totally had my things aren't. The computer's not on my side right now. I need to find someone that is really knows Streamlab OBS, because as far as I know, there's not a phone number to call. But anyways, James Glenn, you see a friend that's ready to set up a tank. He's been out of the hobby for about 15 years. He wants to get an Eheim canister filter and you're trying to steer him towards a hydro filter. I don't know. I kind of like. I'm not big on canister filters because of the kind of fish that I like to keep and the kind of biotopes that I like to keep. I don't mess with them too much, but I have been studying up on them a lot lately, and I actually think that the Eheim canister filter is not so bad. The FX6 is not so bad either, and I've definitely been doing a lot of. I've been checking it out. I even have it right here. The really popular in Europe with people as well, but Oasi or Oac. People pronounce it however they want to, but I pronounce it Oase. Oase. Like the E is more like an A. Oase. But they have all kinds of canister filters, and I've been checking out their designs, and I actually like them. I know that Corey did a review not too long ago on an Oase, I think it was like the Biomaster 250 or something like that he had, or the 250 or the 350. And he took it apart and showed it, and he showed he tore it apart verbally too. I mean, he talked about all the things he did not like on it, but besides the heater, the construction of the way the heater goes in with just an O-ring, I really like the Oase. I personally would just get rid of the heater and plug that hole up. Because I don't need to heat the water here, so the heater is kind of irrelevant. It's more so, is there a way to just plug that hole up and just use the canister filter without a heater? But Oase, they're really cool. They might actually be at Aquashella this year, so you can have the chance to check them out. They definitely were at Aquatic Experience. That's where I got this catalog at. But I would say check out those too. But to me, besides pieces breaking and whatnot, I think most canister filters are going to work pretty well. I think what's more important is how you maintain that canister filter, what kind of medium you put inside of it, and how you keep up with that filter. That canister filter. I think some people don't take care of it. In some cases, some people can just let it go because they can get away with that. And then I think sometimes you can get a lot of get some nasty stuff growing in there and actually cause yourself a problem. Getting other things growing in that. I personally, if I were using a canister filter, I would be cleaning it. And I'd be rinsing things off, not killing the biology that's living. Say if you had bioballs or something, I would rinse them but keep them submerged so that you don't kill all of those all the different protozoa, all those microorganisms that are living in there, all those beneficial bacteria. But I would want to keep it pretty clean. Rinse, open it up, tear it down regularly. But so I really honestly, just going off on a tangent, I couldn't tell you what exactly to pick out of those two. But to me, it's about how big the tank is too. Ooh, I know. Haley, I'm gonna ignore that comment. Haley, you're gonna make a compilation video of how many times you make me blush. Awesome. I will remember that. It's gonna be a long video. Well, I have to say I'm kind of bummed that my Streamlabs isn't working. I'm not going to cry about it. I don't really want to cry about it, but it is a little frustrating. And I'm going to work hard again this week to get that figured out. I just really like it. It's smooth to me. It lets me do what I want to do. It's how I like to stream. Google Hangouts is not what I really am not into it at all. You're bringing a whole blank SD card just for Joseph blushes. Oh man. I'm sweating in here. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but I'm starting to sweat over here. I like to turn the AC off just to get rid of some extra like white noise in the background. And I really try to get the house pretty cold before I do that because it's about 85, probably 88 degrees outside right now. So my apartment is slowly warming up. I do, after about an hour of live streaming, it's like the temperature in here is what gets me like kicking, like, gets me going. Like it's time for you to get off. You're place to start. You're starting to sweat. I'm gonna hide. Y'all are starting to scare me, Amber and Haley. I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna hide behind the YouTube booth. Hide underneath of it or something. I wonder who we're gonna do the stream on though. Yeah, like at Aquatic Experience, we did a live stream from the booth. We had a TV there, so everybody walking by could see the stream. But we were, just kind of like, it's like musical chairs. You're just having people coming through and hanging out for a minute. If any of you guys watched that live stream, it was on Flip Aquatic's site on his channel. But I'm just curious this year how we'll do that. Whose channels the live streams will be on, or if we might get a chance to actually just go like individually log into our own channels and go live on our own channels for a minute. I'd kind of enjoy that too. Just because I'd like to do a live stream. I mean, I could do it on my phone, but still to be able to do it from the booth there and get some cool people to come sit down with me and do that. That'd be fun. Let's see how that goes. 3 batteries and 5 SD cards for Aquashella. Yeah, what am I? I hear you. I have 6 batteries. 6 batteries, and I have a little over a half a terabyte of SD cards. I counted. I know what it is because I counted it up before I went to Peru. I had everything blank. All my SD cards were cleared off. I almost cussed there. The true me almost came through. No, I went and I had all of my SD cards completely cleared off, ready to go. And I added them all up, and it was like 600 gigabytes. Which honestly, when it came to Peru, when you're really like doing stuff and you're out there and you're busy, you film what you can film. You film the good stuff for sure, but you're busy doing stuff. You got things in your hands and you're really trying to actually do other things like catch fish. So I used maybe a third of it. I used a small amount of my SD cards. Less than, and I kind of learned that too for like these other events that like, I really don't go through that much data because I'm pretty strategic when I film at a convention. I have notes. I know what I want to film, and I get that stuff. And then I like to put the camera down so that I can interact with people and hang out. Try to keep a balance there because honestly, when you are trying to like mingle with people, shake people's hands, if you always got your camera with you and stuff, it kind of starts to get in the way. Try to do my filming earlier in the day, and then I can put it away and then hang out with the peeps. I'm ready for our dinner. I think we're going to do a dinner on Saturday. I know I'm going over a couple of minutes, but it took me a minute to get going here. So I'm going to chill and ramble on for a little bit longer. But yeah, I enjoy our little dinners and our lunches and stuff. Not just the dinners, because, halfway through a convention like that, you're going to have like 4 or 5 people that are like, dude, I am hungry. Let's go eat something somewhere, like whatever's closest, and it's nice when you get to take off with a little group of other fish nerds and go, and fish tubers, and go hit a restaurant and just have a little nibble for lunch or something and chill out and just kind of just get to talk about everything, life and good stuff. And then get back at it. The dinners will be awesome. That's for sure too. The dinner is usually awesome because every event that we gather as the fish tube community, as the fish, fish keeping niche on YouTube, as we gather at these events, that's growing every time. So we pretty much, we cause problems when we go to restaurants. We all try to get together and actually have a meal. I remember one time I got us hooked up with a party room, and I was like, okay, the party room's got to be big enough for us. And then it turns out that like they had another party in there, so they had me thinking that we were getting the whole party room, and instead we were actually getting half of it. So even though we had half of a party room of a restaurant, which was like 3 really long tables, there was still like, I think Rob's whole family still couldn't even fit in there and had to go sit at another table. Wasn't it Rob's family? Rob and his family, or it was like 6 people, 6 or 8 people that still couldn't even make it into the room. We make a scene. We definitely make a scene when we go out. Bunch of fish tubers causing trouble in Dallas. Who's going to lunch with me? Haley? Oh boy, you're gonna make it fun. I can tell already. And Chris, I'm really, it's gonna be really nice to meet you for the first time in person. I'm really happy that you're gonna make it to Aqua Shell as well. That'll be nice. All right, I killed the coffee. It's 10 minutes past 3 p.m. my time in the Caribbean. No daylight savings time here. You know what, Pamela? I don't know why. Honestly, I will be completely honest. I'm very, very sorry. I've never had a chance to catch one of your live streams. It's not that like I saw it posted there and I ignored it and I didn't go check it out. I've never actually been available or been on YouTube or something when you were streaming. I've never been in one of your live streams. So I need to make an effort to try to catch one of your streams. I would love to see you doing artwork in one of your streams, kind of like Priscilla does. I'd love to see you like working on a piece of art live. That would be cool. What am I missing out? Oh, well, I'll make sure not to miss out next time. Kim Fisher was talking about going to Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to try to make Chicago as well. It's all about money. You know what I mean? And I think some people, YouTube doesn't make a lot of money. That's why I'm really into like trying to offer my dried botanical pack and some of my livestock, but also all the other t-shirt designs. I don't want to beg for money. I want to keep this channel going, and I want to be able to make it grow, and I want to be able to go to these events so that I can share it with you all through my content and be able to go on other wild fish collecting adventures / expeditions and share all that with you. I'm definitely brainstorming on ways to realistically fund it and make it work without like selling out and coming across like I just want you to give me free money or something. So that's why for me it's like I want to give a product or a service. I don't. It means a lot more to me that if somebody wants to support me, that they actually get something back for it. So like if you buy a t-shirt, I mean, you're actually getting a shirt that you like, that you're going to wear, or dried botanicals that you're actually going to be able to utilize in one of your aquariums or something. Then I don't feel bad. I don't feel like guilty at that point because I'm actually giving you something of value. Some people have said, well, your content and your videos and your live streams, like you are giving something, so don't stress it. And I'm like, yeah, you can say that, but to me still, it's like I prefer to be able to offer something tangible, an actual like, something physical. Multi-tanks. Chris was saying, oh, the hotel. Oh, I haven't even started, dude. I'm paying rent right now. Chris. Things are not normal here right now. I love my apartment. I have lots of aquariums here. I've been here for about 5 years, or more like 6 years. So my ex, when she moves out, this whole place is going to be on me. You know, the cost of living is going to be double what it was before, because I won't be splitting it with anybody else. So my cost of living and operations for my channel, everything is going to double. And that's just the reality of it. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, I'm stressing a little bit, but I'm not going to let it keep me down in the end. I still do what I love. And I just make a way, you know, you just work a little bit harder. I think in life, most all people, when they really want something, they will work hard for it. And if they work hard for it, they will get it. A lot of times when people want something, or they cry about something not working out for them, not to be cold-hearted, but I feel like I want to say to them, well, you're not trying hard enough. Because honestly, I do believe that no matter who you are and what you want, you know, besides certain situations that are uncontrollable, we can have what we want if we truly put the time and energy and the effort into it, and we focus on it, and we manifest those things in our lives. They will happen. You know, for me, examples in my life are a lot of things that I've been able to accomplish because I told myself they were going to happen. Just like, you know, saying I was going to go to Peru. I said I was going to go to Peru before I had the money or anything, because I had faith in it and I believed in it, and I continued to manifest that and make it true, make it happen through my own efforts and through hard work and pursuing that. And I think that's how life works. If you want something bad enough and you continue and consistently put energy into it, your dreams will come true. Yeah, that's my rant for the day. That's my rant for the day. What is it? Can I Airbnb when your ex leaves? Oh boy. Well, she's taking the couch too. Couch, coffee table, all the shelves. They're just yeah, anyways, it's gonna get interesting around here. Oh, have to get a cot, or because you probably don't want to sleep on a tile floor. That's it gets a little uncomfortable. But yeah. Anyways. Room for more tanks. Room for more tanks. That's what I'm telling myself. Anyways, I am about 60 minutes past. I feel like I'm rambling today. I feel like I'm like out of my sorts. I'm not like I don't feel like I'm myself right now. And I'm sorry about that. You know, sometimes you just can't hide it. The reality is reality. And I guess to me, that's one thing that I love about YouTube is reality. You know, it's not at all an act. We're all real people. We all have stuff that happens in our lives. And I'm not the kind of person that's like ashamed of it. I'm going to sit here and put on a smile and act and pretend like everything's fine, because that's not real. And I like to be real. I like to keep it real. So, you know, it is what it is. But I don't want to bum anybody out and depress anybody either. But I think the key is to just keep your eye on the prize and have faith. I think faith and believing in yourself and having faith in something bigger and having faith in the future and that things will get better definitely makes a difference. Alluring Bait is, you are not a moderator, but thank you for posting that link, and thank you to whoever approved it. I appreciate that. Thank you again, Candy. I appreciate you posting that stuff up. Something to keep in mind too, for Candy and for everybody else, jhaquatics.com is now live. It does kick you back to Get Gills, so keep that in mind. So same thing. But jhaquatics.com is now forwarding to getgills.com. And that's just a temporary situation. I do enjoy getgills.com, and I will continue to sell stuff on GetGills, but I'm in the process of building my own website. And once, obviously once that is completed, JH Aquatics will be forwarded to that site. But I just want to keep things flowing and just make sure that I want that URL to be active as well, because when people go to JH Aquatics, they were like getting, under construction thing, and I wanted that to stop as well. So I just redirected it to getgills.com, where you find my dried botanicals and other stuff. But yeah, jhaquatics.com. It should be easy. It should be easy, right? That should make everything a little bit easier. But we'll get there. I'm sweating. I got a glow. I need powder. See, where's makeup? I don't have no makeup. Oh, I'm losing my mind today, you guys. I'm losing my mind a little bit. I'm losing it. I know this too shall pass, but I'm losing it a little bit. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go play with my fish tanks. I'm going to do some water changes. I'm going to feed some baby brine shrimp to my blue tetra fry and to some of my other, I'm going to feed some brine shrimp to my killifish and do some water changes and dose my aquascape tank down here, my little Dutch style thing down here, so to speak, with stuff, with some fertilizer, and just make all my tanks happy. And that'll give me something to be thinking about, get my mind off of other things. And that's kind of part of what fish keeping is for me. So I have something to look forward to today. Nothing else. I can just gaze into a tank, just get lost in one of my tanks and watch my fish play and flirt with each other and spawn and stuff and spar with each other and flare for each other and beg me for food. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my crazy self and I'm going to go do that now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to all of you out there, all part of the fish family. We are, a nice, awesome, positive community of fish nerds and fish tubers. And I just appreciate all of your support and all the awesome friends that I've made out there in this community. It's a special place. And I look forward to some content this week. I am seriously putting my nose to the grindstone and getting some stuff out for you this week. Just a little bit of an update of everything I got going on here, because I do have a lot of different projects going on at this point. And hopefully my stream will be back to normal next week. I'm looking forward to that as well. I do want to say that was an awesome video that the Cove did. Go check out the video, or the video on the charity with the fish tubers and Aquashella. That was a cute one. I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate all your love and support and your friendships. It means so much to me. We are one happy fish family, and it's a beautiful thing. So I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Sunday. Go outside, breathe some fresh air, hang out with your family, hang out with your loved ones. Try to stay away from the computer and the mobile devices just a little bit. Keep a balance. And remember, guys, keep your fish fed, your tanks clean, and have fun. I'm so backwards today. All right. Y'all take care. Love you all.